Welcome everybody, it's Stephen, the Carnivore Pastor, and I'm here with another video to help you out in your journey on the ketogenic, whether it's keto, ketovore, or carnivore lifestyle. Today I want to give you my carnivore tips, and I'm sure there's nothing new. You can probably find this information from other people online, which is fine, but I wanted to give my tips that I believe can help you be successful, and that's what it's all about. Whether you're just starting out in a carnivore lifestyle, or if you maybe have already begun your journey, but maybe you've struggled to stay on track and resist cravings while staying within a budget, and all the things that can happen on changing your lifestyle. Either way, it's what I want to talk about today. So, the carnivore lifestyle to me offers an incredible range of benefits. I've shared in previous videos what it's done for me with losing 67 pounds, being in the 180s since the 1980s, lowering the inflammation in my body, about 98% better of my psoriasis, and then 100% better of no more psoriatic arthritis. Been able to get my gut issues down to about 75% better from medication that messed me up. And then one of the things I haven't really shared too much of is the fact that I am now no longer on any blood pressure medications. I was on 3 at one time, then last year was on 2, and then I was just on lisinopril at 40 milligrams, then went to 20 milligrams, then to 10 milligrams, and then for the past week and a half, I have been off all blood pressure medicine, and I have been able to keep my blood pressure in great place, so I'm excited to no longer be on those meds. But there's great benefits to this lifestyle. And it has gained popularity over the last few years. However, any goal worth achieving comes with its challenges, and it can be challenging. With that said, I hope you'll find it easier, even to help you out in the journey, especially the beginning journey, that will help you be successful. And nobody can deny to me the benefits of carnivore lifestyle, because I personally am a testimony to what it can do. There's a common problem to those who start this experience, and that is it's hard. It's not easy. You're changing your life and your lifestyle and what you've been used to doing. And there's two reasons that people struggle when they're first starting this way of life. And that is the cravings that are going to come. And then there's the transitioning to the no carbs and the things that can come with that. Obviously, the foods that you'll eat on this way of life are going to be low carb to zero carb. And as we all know, carbs are addicting. If you don't know that, go try to eat a Dorito. You'll want more. It's very addictive. And when you ditch them, you're going to experience some pushback from your body. You're going to get intense cravings at first, especially the sugary foods. If you're used to eating sugary foods and the Little Debbies and all the junk and ice cream and all the junk, you're going to get pushback from your body as the cravings come. And carnivore dieters often report sometimes even feeling weak at the beginning, tired during the first few weeks. All that is all normal because you're adapting to a new way of eating. Your body's having to adjust from burning glucose to burning fat. And so it's going to take a little bit, and maybe you're not, some people are dealing with, at first they're not eating enough, and so their caloric intake is low and it's caused them to be weak. But also you need to understand is your body's dumping a lot of oxalates and a lot of bad stuff. And so one of the things that you're going to need to do is probably supplement with some electrolytes. I know that I do. I use a particular product, Element, that I order that helps me out wonderfully. Some use Keto Chow electrolytes. Some use just, some Himalayan salt or real salt in water and drink. Get those electrolytes up. It will help you, especially during those first few weeks when your body is dumping all that and you got the headaches and you feel weak and tired. So hang in there and use these tips. So are you ready to discover my top tips for the carnivore lifestyle? First, and I've talked about this before, know your why. Everyone has their reason for starting the carnivore lifestyle. Maybe you've seen firsthand the transformation of someone that you know. Some of you have seen the videos of some of the guys like the intentional carnivore, Shaun White. You've seen the drastic change in his body, the transformation. And so you want to try this. Maybe you want to take on your own weight loss journey now and you're ready to lose a certain amount of weight by the end of the year. Or perhaps you just want to eliminate inflammation like I did in my body of trying to get an autoimmune disease under control. Or maybe your goal is just to live as healthy as possible the rest of your life. And you believe that the carnivore lifestyle is the best chance at that. Well, know that you need to get your why. I always say, if you need to, write it down, put it on the refrigerator, write it down, put it on the mirror in your restroom. Go back to your why, because when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and you're going to need to maybe go back when the headaches come and the weakness comes and you're feeling grumpy and at first and you're trying to get adapted to eating fat and no longer glucose and the sugars, and you're going to need to go back to your why. So start with that in your life. Get your why, write it down, because I can tell you this, if you're just doing this because it sounds fun, if you're just doing this because it's the latest trend, then I can tell you this, you're going to cheat and cheat quickly and you're going to crash and burn. Because a rough patch is inevitable to come. But if you're passionate and you're rooted in your reason for beginning the lifestyle, you're going to find it much easier. Tip number 2 is plan your meals in advance. Know what you're going to do. One of the best carnivore tips I can give you is to do that. Plan if you need to. It will help you save money. Kind of look ahead of what you're going to eat each day, and go ahead and get out there and get those meals and that kind of thing. Put together a plan, and it makes things easier for you. That you don't want to have to think too hard as your body's adapting to this new way of eating. So go after it. Get a plan together. Say, this is what we're going to eat. This is what we're going to do here. Because if not, you're going to be impulsive. You're going to go out. You're going to buy stuff you shouldn't buy. You're going to maybe spend more money than you really need to spend. And what's going to happen is you're going to get in the store. You're going to be feeling very hangry. Or you're going to be just blah, 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 blah. Do it in advance. Know what you're going to have. This matter of fact, this is really sound advice for life, is to plan. If you want to enjoy peace of mind going through your day, responsibilities, knowing your meals are at least covered. I don't want to have to sit all day and think about what I'm going to do for my next meal. I used to do that on my standard American diet. Oh, where we're going to eat, what we're going to do. I want to go ahead and have that in place and kind of know what I'm going to eat. I kind of know every day what I'm going to eat, and I don't make that a big thought for my day. Get creative. At first you may need some snacks. You may need some things to help hold you over. Choosing the right snacks are important. Pork skins that are plain, just with the pork skins and the salt. Those can be very helpful for you. You can actually order things. There's things like carnivore snacks, SNAX snacks, carnivore chips. I've tried the carnivore chips. They're really good. To me, a little more expensive than I want to spend because I really don't snag a lot. But you can get those. They're 0 carbs. It's just salt. Redmond's real salt in the dried meats, and they're really good, and they'll give you that crunch to help give you that over with. I mean, there's several different flavors. You can do beef jerky. Just be careful. Watch the ingredients. Make sure there's no hidden sugars. A can of tuna, a can of salmon. For me, the sardines, cans of sardines. Those kind of things can snack. Hard-boiled eggs. One of the things that we love more than anything, and especially my wife, is brown butter bites. You can go online and get recipes for how to make brown butter bites. or butter bombs, whatever you want to call them, where you brown the butter, put them into molds and freeze them. My wife is addicted to those. Another thing you want to do, and it's a good tip, is to get support from others on Carnivore. You know, when you're starting a new lifestyle or new diet and change, it's helpful to have a support system. And the Carnivore diet Facebook groups are all over there now. You can join them. You can, track other people. You can ask questions. You can get tips. You can get advice on Facebook. You can go to some groups that I think are important to go to on Facebook are the Carnivore Quest community, and join that. The Carnivorous community is also another good one. Both of them, they're free to join, but just loads of information, people asking questions. You can ask questions and get help with. And then, of course, on YouTube, Carnivore Quest, Intentional Carnivore, myself, the Carnivore Pastor. There's Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chafee. There's several. Go and get in those things and learn from them, and they can give you valuable accountability, something that we all need. Maybe you can get a friend to want to do this with you. Get someone to be accountable with you and help you in this. That's the best way, is to have family or friends to do this journey with you. My wife does it with me, and we can kind of help each other. If you're going to go out to eat, be smart. Eating out on Carnivore is not difficult, but you just have to do a little bit of thinking and looking at menus. Sometimes you can call ahead for a restaurant and see if they're Carnivore friendly. Stick with those restaurants. If I go to a steakhouse, I get a steak and I ask them to cook it with no added sauces or any seasoning, because I'll tell them I have allergic reactions to them and they won't put anything on them. And you can bring your own sea salt if you want, a little thing, and put it on there. I've said in the past, Buffalo Wild Wings, very good. They fry theirs in beef tallow, which is excellent. You can go to fast food, Wendy's, McDonald's. You can get the patties individually by themselves. So you just have to use some, little creative thinking to go out to eat. If you're going to be going out with friends and you're not going to a place that you really can get what you want to eat, I always say, eat before you go. I mean, I'm still going to go off with my friends and, I'll sit there and drink water or something like that while they're eating whatever, and I may have already eaten. I don't feel bad about doing that, and they shouldn't feel bad about me doing that either. Another good tip is to keep a food journal. Keep a food journal and take your frequent progress measurements and photos. When you get started, take pictures get someone to take pictures of you. Do it in the mirror, whatever you got to do. Take the pictures and look at your progress. Take your measurements, your body measurements, neck, shoulders, chest, abdomen, your hips, your legs, your arms, your bicep, all of those, and write down those inches, and then follow it each month or whatever, and track that and see how it's progressing. And I mean, you're going to feel better, but sometimes just seeing what happens there can keep the motivating going back when you can see pictures and you can do that. Taking a journal. I've just recently done that because I have found that there's foods that I can't eat. Cheese, carnivore, but I can't eat it. Pepper, not so bad for some folks, but for me, I can't eat it. I have reactions to it. And so I keep everything to the salt, and no cheese for me. But you have to, you got to journal it so you can see what foods are causing this or causing that. So get your photos, get your journal, make sure you have your snacks that are appropriate. If you don't need a snack, don't do a snack. You don't need that. Keep all that information jotted down. Will help you out. And this tip for Carnivore follows, it's definitely one of the most important, and that is stay consistent and don't give up, and give the diet a real chance. I used to always say, and even in my previous videos, give it 30 days. But I'm just going to tell you, at 30 days, you're just going to be tipping the iceberg of maybe starting to feel better. Give it 60. Give it 90 days. 90 days. You can do anything for 90 days. Come on, you can do this. And if you do it, it will change your life. Because I promise you, to the end of 90 days, you're going to go, wow, at the transformation of your body, how you feel. So I say, yeah, give it 90 days. Far too often people quit in the first 2 weeks, and I've said that before. And it's because they didn't lose anything, or they didn't do. Listen, you may not lose any weight to start off with. Your body has got to get rid of inflammation. Your body's got to get rid of stuff, and before it can do what it needs to do, give it time. Trust the process. Give yourself a break. Don't be too strict on yourself. Listen, if you blow it, you blow it. You only fail if you quit. If you blow it that night, go to bed, get up the next morning, and start again. Don't be too strict on yourself. Don't make it so difficult. I mean, I tell people to read the ingredients on stuff, but listen, don't drive yourself crazy trying to do all that. Do what you can do. Don't beat yourself up if you fail. It's okay. You have support online. You have support with others that can help you. I tell people, don't weigh every day. Stay off the scales. That's not going to help you. But give your body time to adjust. One of the things you're going to have to do is to give your body time to adjust in your digestion. I mean, you're going to need to do that. Two things can usually happen sometimes at the beginning of this way of life: constipation or diarrhea. And both of those can be solved through some time, but you can take, for diarrhea, you can take HCl, you can take digestive enzymes, ox bile, that can help you for constipation. Add just some magnesium in your supplementation until your body adjusts. And then you can kind of just cut back on the supplements as needed. I hope my breakdown has been quick, but I hope this has been success tips that can help you, because I want you to succeed. Give yourself a break. Give yourself grace when you're embarking on this, but it can change your life. And following these type tips, I believe will put you well on your way to be successful. Just remember, be patient. Take one step at a time. Be prepared for some trial and error. Carnivore dieting is not an exact science, so don't get discouraged. If you have to change some things, it's okay. And as my wonderful friend Sean White, the Intentional Carnivore, says, stay committed and what? Keep pushing and moving forward and hit your goals. Hey, until next time, God bless.